Hey guys! Today we are diving into some of the biggest historical myths that people still believe. Get ready to have your mind blown. We are talking about those stories you swear you learned in school, those facts that everybody just accepts as truth. Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because we are about to expose the truth behind these historical tall tales. Like, did people in the olden days really think the world was flat? Did Vikings rock out with horns on their helmets? Let's get into it. Okay, first up, let's flatten this myth once and for all. Did medieval folks really think the earth was a pancake? You might be surprised to learn that this is actually a common misconception. Turns out, this is a big ol' historical hoax. The idea that people in the Middle Ages believed in a flat earth is more myth than fact. Most educated people in the Middle Ages knew the earth was round. They had access to ancient Greek texts and observations that supported this. I mean, they had observed ships disappearing hull first over the horizon. This was a clear indication that the earth was curved. So where did this flat earth nonsense come from? It is a fascinating story of how history can be twisted. Well, it kind of became a popular way to diss people from the past, to paint them as ignorant. This narrative was pushed during the Enlightenment to make earlier periods seem more primitive. But guess what? They were way smarter than we give them credit for. Medieval scholars were actually quite advanced in their understanding of the world. So next time you hear someone say medieval people thought the earth was flat, you can set the record straight. Let's talk Vikings. You know, those fierce warriors from Scandinavia. We always picture them with those badass horned helmets, right? Wrong. Turns out those horns were a figment of someone's imagination, probably from much later on. Many believe the image of a Viking helmet having horns was popularized in the 19th century. Some attribute it to artists, while others claim they were made by a costume designer to be used in a Wagner opera. Real Viking helmets were simple and practical, no horns attached. Can you imagine trying to raid a village with those things getting stuck in doorways? Not very intimidating. Also, a horned helmet is such an impractical design and would have been a hindrance in battle because it provides an easy handhold for opponents to grab onto. So ditch the horns, embrace the history! Hold up, history class lied to us. The rumor that Julius Caesar was born by C-section is totally bogus. The term Caesarian section actually comes from an ancient Roman law, not from Caesar himself. See, back then, if a pregnant woman died, they would cut the baby out to give it a proper burial. It is believed that one of Caesar's ancestors was born this way, hence the name. But Julius Caesar himself? Nope, born the old-fashioned way? Napoleon was a short fellow? Nah. Okay, time to address the elephant in the room, or should I say, the short emperor. Napoleon Bonaparte, the infamous French conqueror, was not actually that short. He was around 5'6", which was actually average height for men back then. So how did this whole short king thing start? Blame it on the British. They love to spread propaganda portraying him as this tiny tyrant. Don't believe everything you hear, especially from your enemies. Australia's first peoples, a history erased. Hold your horses, mate. Captain James Cook did not discover Australia. This myth completely erases the rich history and culture of the Aboriginal Australians who had been living there for over 65,000 years. Cook's arrival in 1770 marked the beginning of British colonisation, not the discovery of a continent that was already thriving with people. The first European to discover Australia was Dutch explorer Willem Janszoon, who landed in northern Australia in 1606, a whole 174 years before Captain Cook. It is time to acknowledge and celebrate the true history of Australia. The Taj Mahal, a love story, not a horror story. Ever heard the tale that Shah Jahan, the emperor who built the Taj Mahal, chopped off the hands of its architects to prevent them from recreating its beauty? Talk about a buzzkill. This gruesome story has been passed down through generations, often overshadowing the true essence of the monument. This story is about as real as a unicorn riding a roller coaster. In reality, the architects and artisans who worked on the Taj Mahal were highly respected and well compensated for their extraordinary skills and dedication. There is zero historical evidence to back it up. Historians have meticulously examined countless documents and manuscripts from that era, and none of them mention such a brutal act. It is likely just a rumor spread to make the story more dramatic. People love a good scandal, and this tale certainly adds a dark twist to an otherwise beautiful narrative. The Taj Mahal is a testament to love, not cruelty. Built as a symbol of Shah Jahan's undying love for his wife Mumtaz Mahal, it stands as one of the most beautiful and romantic structures in the world. Salem Witch Trials, more like Salem Witch Wrongs. Contrary to popular belief, no witches were burned at the stake during the Salem Witch Trials. That fiery method of execution was more of a European thing. In Salem, those accused of witchcraft who were found guilty were hanged, others died in prison under horrific conditions. It is a dark chapter in American history, but it is important to get the facts straight. War of the Worlds, panic? Not so fast. Remember that infamous War of the Worlds radio broadcast that supposedly sent people running for the hills? Yeah, about that. While some listeners were definitely spooked by the realistic alien invasion story, the idea of mass panic is a bit of an exaggeration. Newspapers at the time blew the whole thing out of proportion. The sensationalized press coverage was driven by their desire to discredit radio as a competitor to newspapers. It's a good reminder to always check your sources. Pyramid power, built by pharaohs and paid professionals. Okay, time to bust another myth about ancient Egypt. While it is true that the pharaohs had a thing for building pyramids, they were not built by slaves. Recent archaeological discoveries have revealed that the pyramids were actually constructed by skilled laborers who were paid for their work. They even had their own workers' villages. Looks like even back then, people appreciated a good work-life balance. Marie Antoinette, Queen of Sass, not cake. Let them eat cake? Girl, please. Marie Antoinette, the last Queen of France, never actually uttered those words. This infamous quote has been attributed to her for centuries, but historians believe it was actually started by her enemies to make her seem out of touch with the common people. It is a classic case of fake news, 18th century style. History, you've been schooled. And there you have it, folks. Another episode of uncovering the truths behind the tales we have all heard. 10 historical myths officially busted. It's amazing how many misconceptions we can clear up with a little bit of research and curiosity. It is crazy how these stories get passed down through generations, right? From grandparents to parents to children, each adding their own twist. It is like a giant game of historical telephone. Each retelling slightly changes the story until the original facts are almost unrecognizable. But hey, that's why we're here, to separate fact from fiction, to uncover the truth, and to bring clarity to the past. And to maybe, just maybe, learn a little something along the way. Education is a powerful tool, and understanding our history helps us understand our present. So next time you hear a historical fact that sounds a little fishy, don't just accept it at face value. Don't be afraid to question it. Dive deeper. Do your own research and seek out credible sources. You never know what other historical mysteries are out there waiting to be solved. The past is full of secrets just waiting to be uncovered. Until next time, stay curious, my little history detectives. Keep questioning, keep learning, and keep exploring the fascinating world of history.
Thank you for watching. Hope you found this video informative and entertaining. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment. We do like to know and hear your feedback. And if you have the means, please consider supporting us on Patreon, where you can get early access to our videos and where we post bonus material. Till next time, this is Geeky Tidbits saying cheers and have a good day.